Welcome. That is too close.
Can't tell. Am I dripping sweat down my... no,
Glossy.
Oh, dude, I'm glistening right now.
Dude,
I don't know how bad I'm dripping.
these mountains are kind of like...
Aren't they cool?
Dude, they got a little.
Yeah.
They got a little drip to themselves.
Do they have a little drip on them?
the
a little
mountains
condensation?
That would be kind of cool, though.
It would be.
Like a little waterfall
ooh.
of... With
A
the
waterfall.
legacy behind the
Oh,
water.
shit. You that would be perfect.
I think we can make that happen.
I think we should.
Then you got cold water, so if people get hot...
Yeah. Oh, just splash it on there. Maybe not that kind of investment into this studio. Maybe the next
Or a
studio.
softer...
Just on the face.
Big studio.
Yeah.
We're talking big studio.
Big studio. This is the next spot when we build the forever home of legacy operations, legacy
All right,
enterprises.
so you have a vision in your head of what the final product for a gym looks like. What's the setup?
Ooh, good question.
You walk in. All right, let's start outside.
Okay.
You're walking in the door.
Walking in the doors.
What do you see?
I see a black building.
Black building.
Blacked out.
Everything black.
Everything.
Floors.
Tinted windows. And no.
Black
I mean,
mats?
kind of. But
No
they're going to be
black
the rollout mats like we had.
Okay.
You know, the rollout flooring. But white or green specks? I think white.
White specs.
Because our colors are white and black, but our
Okay.
accent is kind of a neon green. You know?
Okay.
I think green would look a little cheap though. So I think we have black and white's just so crisp. It's so
And
clean.
it's straightforward.
I like the yin and the yang, the good and the evil. You know.
And they blend. They blend well.
blend. It's the word I've heard is sterile. Like our house, the inside is white and gray, and it's very sterile looking.
Sterile.
Sterile, and I like that. I was like, ooh, where did I hear that from? I heard that from a gal that we knew. She was a doctor, or her husband was a doctor. They were moving back out to Washington, Seattle, I think, and their house was like just crisp and clean. And she's like, yeah, we like that sterile look. I was like, ooh, that's what it is, because I'm OCD, so I like the sterile look.
Sterile. So that's just what it's neutral.
Neutral kind of. Yeah, it's clean, right? It's like countertops are going to be white,
Well put together.
It
looks almost always professional.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think walking in, tinted windows, big legacy sign made out of steel, with backlit with different colors.
What kind of colors? Are we talking like rotating colors?
No, I think we're just talking like neon colors that kind of in and out, different, like purples, greens, blues, reds, just all of them.
Okay.
And then but that you see that metal sign, right? That washed, or that stainless steel sign.
Okay.
And then, but the light reflects onto the black of the building.
Ooh,
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You like that?
Okay.
Tinted windows, obviously, so you can't even see in. Right? Which also would help block out the heat in these Indiana summers.
Yes.
You walk in, everything's white. White with like the butcher block desks, with the metal, the kind of the industrial looking desks, right? Like what we have now, pretty much.
Yeah.
Our front desk, still the same because it's awesome. Made by BC Foster.
BC Foster.
Hit him up on Instagram. He's
BC Foster.
He may have some numbers in there, but he's the one who made our desk, our front desk. Yeah, it's awesome.
That's nice.
Crushing it.
All right, so that's white.
But yeah, the walls are white.
Walls are white.
Maybe a mural on one of the walls, or a logo.
Do you know an artist that could come draw or spray paint legacy on the wall like that?
I'm sure we could find one. Yeah, I don't know anyone specifically right now, but I know somebody who could. One of our members could do like the logo, but like a mural where it's like
Takes a little time.
It'll be like white wall, pop a color, boom.
Okay.
I see locker rooms.
Big ones?
Not big ones. Big enough to have a few lockers.
Some showers?
Clean. Yeah.
Two showers?
Two showers like we did in the last
Good.
place. But men's black, ladies white.
Okay.
Not to segregate, just colors of the bathroom. Let's clarify that.
Okay.
Right?
Maybe.
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 Are we putting this out on This may be an episode. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this ends up.
Part of the vision, dude.
Part of the vision. And then we're going to have a recovery room. Sauna, cold plunge. We'll have that.
You going to have some Normatex?
I would have it now. I would be getting that shit now, but we don't have a place to put it.
There's no space.
And we'll get yelled at if it goes outside.
If you made this room a sauna, your office would be so hot.
Yeah.
I think it
we're saying that as sweat is dripping down my body. I feel it.
Yeah. No, my back is
like
the water falling down these mountains. It's on my
sweat
back.
falling down my back.
It's creeping.
You feel it.
It's creeping.
Yeah. Dude, luckily black, so you can't tell, right?
Well, this is like a shade. It's like some built-in charcoal. So it's like, is it sweat? Is it just the shirt?
You never know.
No.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. A little recovery room.
Yeah. I see my. I don't know. I don't know what the office setup is yet. I think it depends on the building.
So you've had a couple different offices. You like that desk, or do you think you would like a L shape with a little riser with a little?
The simpler the better.
Okay.
You know, I like that desk.
It's kind of like you can work on any side of it. You've got some space underneath.
If we could find a way to cut that logo off of it though, and put my logo in it, I'd be happier.
Where's the logo?
The logo's on the it's on the on the legs.
Oh.
We're not going to name names of the logo, but I would like my logo cut into that. I think that would be cool.
That would be sick.
I think you go out into the gym. We're back to white walls.
White walls.
Mm-hmm.
Speakers, obviously big. White walls with black speakers, or you blend in the speaker into the wall with white speakers?
Well, we got Sonos speakers now, but I guess we're talking dream building. I guess we're talking
dream, like this is top tier legacy athletics. Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
building.
Like I want the sub to bang so hard that our neighbors can hear us. Not like now where the sub bangs so hard that it knocks their stuff off their walls, because we won't have neighbors. The neighboring buildings, I will say.
Neighboring buildings.
And then nobody can tell me, turn your music down.
So, would you put it near buildings then? Would you have your own space?
I mean, if we're talking dream, we're talking like acres. We're going to be on like 5 or 10 acres in the middle of Montana.
Okay.
Or Idaho. But that's...
dreams.
Let's be real. Like
what's dreams, man?
It's dreams.
Why not?
But we got to bring our people with us.
Legacy Athletics in Montana.
In Montana. Legacy HQ.
Global.
Yeah.
Athletics
in Indiana. You know, I think where we're at. I think if we have neighboring buildings, that's fine. But we're on our own plot.
Yeah.
You know, we're on our own.
On your own space.
On our own space.
Okay, so
our own parking.
Lots of parking.
Oh, lots of parking.
Lots of parking.
Lots of parking for sure.
Okay, so equipment wise.
Oh, everything we got now. We got a good setup.
Everything you have now, just more of it.
More. Yeah, probably. Okay. Probably one big rig.
Okay.
We got a smaller rig too. That rig would go in the strength area.
Like so you have 2 rigs.
Area. We'd have 2 like we used to.
Got you.
We'd have an Oli area again. We'd have turf again. We'd have
more turf, less turf.
Yeah, about the same. I think that size that we had was perfect.
You do a lot with
realistically, I think that the building minus the little L kickoff, like the back corner, that building, our old building would have been perfect.
Okay.
Shorter ceilings, I don't think we need 30-foot ceilings. 20-foot ceilings, I think are perfect.
Also 20-foot long fans spinning very slowly.
Oh yeah.
Coming around. Those are kind of cool.
Big ass fans.
Those
those are nice. And then we have an outdoor area. Outdoor training area.
What you gonna put out there, man?
Oh, full rig. We'll have a rig out there. Yeah. Oh, we got the rig.
Lots of tires. I'm picturing big tires.
You like the tires? I see.
Why not?
I mean, sure. We had
sleds.
them. The sleds for sure. But the funny thing is with the tires, Rogue can't brand a tire. Therefore, they're not in the CrossFit Games. Have you noticed that? They made the pig. You ever seen the pig?
No.
Oh, it's like this big.
Basically a tire.
It's basically like flipping a tire, but it's not a tire. It's like a straight piece.
So is that what they call it? Flipping a pig?
I think it's it's called the pig. It's called the pig. I'm pretty sure.
How heavy can these pigs be?
I don't know actually. They're heavy. They're the weight of a tire. So I mean basically it's the same motion of flipping a tire but a little bit taller.
And so it's thicker.
Yeah.
Denser.
Yeah.
Because there's no hole in the middle.
No hole in the middle.
Unless
maybe.
Pigs?
I don't.
Probably not hole.
I don't think we're going there.
Okay, yeah. No holes on the pigs.
No holes on the pigs. Yeah, so, it's like, well, it's not going to be in the CrossFit Games. Rogue can't brand it and make money off of it.
Is there anything else that Rogue can't brand similar to that? That's just kind of an odd one? Tires to me seems like
they branded ropes. Ropes would be the only thing I could think of. But they
can't brand those, or they did?
No, they did brand those.
What?
Yeah. I guess they could make a Rogue tire, but I don't think people would pay for that.
No, I would rather pay for a pig than a tire.
Yeah, because it's different, right?
It is unique.
So I think that's...
That kind of round... Does that round out... Do you put any water? Do you have a pool? You a pool guy?
I would like an outdoor pool.
Outdoor
That'd
pool, so like little ropes course
for the gym members.
Yeah,
right. So it's like members only.
Members only,
right? So
pool.
It's not like a neighborhood pool.
You got to get those free weights that work in the pool.
Outdoor sauna. Well, we're not like a LA Fitness, Braden. We do functional fitness here.
But you've never seen the guys that pick up the weight and swim holding the weight?
Oh, no, I've not
Drop
seen that.
the weight. You got to go down and get a breath. Or you swim the bottom.
Huh.
Hold your breath. You got the weight.
I guess that would be functional. It's like dropping a small child to the bottom of the pool.
It's like dropping a small child, and you got to save him, right?
Got to save that
or
child.
her.
Or you die. Save him or die.
Or die. I mean, that's pretty functional.
You know what's funny? I don't think society is willing to sacrifice like that anymore. General population society. I think people
for their own kids.
I think the people we have around us for sure would, but I think there are a lot of people who either wouldn't know what to do or wouldn't be capable.
Do you think that you don't think natural instinct? Let's say they haven't had a situation like that in their life. It's been smooth sailing.
No adversity in their lives.
This immediate dangerous situation comes through. Got to save a kid at the bottom of the pool. You don't think they do it? If they have a chance of risking their life.
I don't know if they're capable.
You don't think they'd dive?
Maybe.
There might be hesitation, but...
There would definitely be hesitation. Because you're like, well, I don't know. Less and less... I think less people know how to swim.
My life worth more than that life?
Yeah.
Even if it's your child?
I don't know. The fact that I'm questioning that is a problem.
Yeah, that is... What makes you say that?
What?
What have you been seeing that leads you to believe that society has gone away from?
You're good at asking questions. Why don't you do this podcast? I feel like you should do the podcast.
I'm just digging, man. Hey,
I love it.
All I can think is the pool.
Yeah.
See the pool?
Right. You see the pool.
Being
you see
in water,
the child.
Waves.
Yeah.
See, when the members are not doing anything, you got it moving.
Ooh.
Your members are just looking at waves in the pool.
Man, now we're talking.
Then outside, you just got the sound of waves. So it's like, oh wait, am I on a beach? No, I'm in Montana.
Yeah.
In the middle of this gym. Oh, I can go
Indiana?
swim? Wait.
So if we're talking real dream, now are we talking glacier water?
Glacier water.
A pool filled with glacier water.
Full circle.
Full circle. From
glacier water into the pool that will be just behind it. Oh,
yeah.
See where
Yeah.
All right, we're good there. The gym's
set.
Dude, nobody will stay away from that place. You're gonna need
the only thing
compound of gyms.
Podcast studio. The only change I would make, because this is perfect, air conditioning.
AC
for sure. Keeping it at 65 degrees, crisp and cool all year round.
AC seats.
Ooh.
Blankets with freaking cooling blankets.
Ooh.
If you want them.
Okay. If you want them, you don't
fridge
have to
next door.
A waterfall.
Blowing.
I do like. But here's the only question: what if we hear the water trickling on the mics? The mics will pick up the water trickle.
I think.
Or is that a good background noise?
Water moves so slowly down that wall that it's more of an eye catcher than it is noise.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's just peaceful. It's kind of like I saw what's the word
a little
on
background
the
noise.
board?
It's like
Serenity.
Oh yeah.
It's just put people in the zen, man, when they're in here.
You know what's so cool? I pray with my daughter pretty much every night, and my son, and we say the Serenity prayer very often because that's been a meaningful prayer in my life. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And she drew that up there. Isn't that cool? I didn't ask her to. I just came in one day and I'm like,
you doing some, oh man, this is a great thought.
That was her.
That's
cool.
Drew
a little picture up
and
there.
There's the mountains with the sun.
Mm-hmm.
There's snowy mountains, and then there's
serenity,
some ocean waves, maybe.
Courage, wisdom. Yeah.
You think those three things are missing from people? You think that's why they might not sacrifice for their kids anymore? Courage is gone?
That's a good comparison there. I think courage is diminished when you are not physically capable. Period.
So you're envisioning this person that's potentially going to have to save a kid's life as out of shape, overweight.
I think a lot of people.
You think that population is more?
It's increasing.
Has a higher potential to avoid that situation or not take the risk. Whereas people who are fit maybe have shown that they're a little bit more disciplined, put their body, their mind through a couple different things. No question.
Right.
But do you?
And even let's even take the courage to take the risk out of it.
Okay.
If you instinct takes over, adrenaline kicks in, you dive to the bottom of a pool or of a lake or of an ocean or whatever. You dove in. How many people in society do you think actually are physically capable of doing that? Like physically capable of rescuing that child?
I think it is. I would argue it's more important for somebody to take the leap than it is to be physically fit to even do the job.
So two die instead of one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but why are we even there?
Technology.
You think
I think technology has been the biggest blessing and biggest curse.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get
more and more divided.
We've talked about it a couple times on here with artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
You're not going to need to talk to a human being because you're going to be able to personalize a bot that'll tell you everything you want to hear.
A girlfriend.
You'll be able to create a girlfriend.
That stuff?
It's crazy.
It is
crazy.
You
saw the movie Ex Machina? You ever seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
Where the guy, what's his name? Oscar Isaac is the main actor.
The only thing I hear when I hear Oscar is Oscar Mayer Wiener.
You gotta be. They branded that too well.
We're gonna come back to what you. Sorry, I'm digressing here. The kids went to hot dog night at their old school last night, and they used to go to a Catholic school, and so you know how the Catholic churches have the bells. They were playing the theme song of Oscar Mayer Wiener on the bells.
What is the theme song? I'm trying to picture it. Like,
how does it go?
I can't. Do they say like? Really?
I can't remember the lyrics to it.
I can't either. I picture the logo. I see like the red.
And Oscar Mayer Wiener.
Really, dude?
I can't remember the rest of it.
I haven't heard that. Oh man! Now I'm just gonna be going to bed. Oscar Mayer Wiener. What?
You're gonna look this up when you get home. I guarantee it.
Oh, there's no. I have to.
Yeah.
If I've ever questioned about Oscar Mayer Wieners again, I have to know.
You will have to look up the song. Anyways, back to Oscar.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar's an actor. He's bringing this intern from their company. He's working on developing, and this might not be perfect. I saw it probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. Okay. It was recommended to me by a buddy of mine. And he brings this intern in. He's kind of giving him the lay of the land, explaining what technology he's working on. He's trying to build this real artificial intelligence, and it's this girl that he builds. I forget Alicia Vikander. Do you know who that is? She's the actress that plays the artificial intelligence. Okay. So throughout this whole movie, he's basically built the perfect artificial intelligence that can be deceitful, can lie, can play the game to get herself, because she knows she's trapped, out of this place, even though she's a robot.
And what's this movie called again?
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina. How do you spell that?
EX with a dash, MACHINA.
Huh. So like machine kind of.
Yeah.
Machina.
I don't know. Every time somebody's talked to me about it, it's Machina.
I mean, it sounds like anime story,
when I first saw it,
yeah.
said Ex Machina.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It was a machine, and that's the machine's on the front cover of the. So it's cool. I mean,
is that a newer movie?
Mm-mm.
I feel like I've seen a preview of something like that.
It's older.
Recently.
It's a little bit. It's a little terrifying.
Yeah. Well,
it's good. It's a good movie. There's some creepy things, but especially today, I think that relates to where we could potentially be going.
Well, it's like Terminator.
I don't want to ruin the movie, but
ruin the movie.
You get something like that built. Okay, that creator builds a robot gets too smart, finds a way to beat the creator, goes out into the world.
Yeah.
Now what? I can beat my creator. What else can I do?
But what causes people to do that? What causes people to do that is not getting uncomfortable. Because there's discomfort and awkwardness in human interaction, right?
So you think it's avoiding?
It's avoiding. Well, it's.
So this guy was building the technology for a potential benefit,
right? Well, that's how it starts. Because almost everything, initially is created for good. Look at pharma.
Smartphone, same kind of thing.
Same thing.
It was never meant to.
Facebook.
Yeah.
And then people get money hungry, and evil sets in, greed takes over. And I mean, Big Pharma now is a greedy money-making machine that people would argue saves lives. Doesn't prevent illness, sickness.
The prevention's gone. It's the find a symptom, let's take care of the symptom, but not the root cause of the problem.
What do you think? They want to keep you unhealthy.
Hey,
Why would they?
buy more pills.
Doctors have quotas.
Buy more drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
This pill will destroy your liver, then you got to take this pill to protect your liver, but destroy this, and then you just deteriorate.
Exactly. And I'm not saying doctors are bad, because I think most doctors become a doctor to help people.
You think so?
But then the problem is they get into an industry. Let's throw around names, IU Health or Community or something like that, where they're forced by the boards to hit quotas.
So do you think everybody gets into health and medicine to be a doctor
to help people?
Do you think so? It pays. It pays.
It does, but it doesn't pay. I mean, it pays well. Don't get me wrong. It pays.
You're going to have to take the loans.
But there are ways, with the amount of work and effort and schooling you put in, there's many more ways to make that kind of money. And probably make it with a better schedule and probably not have to stick your hands inside somebody's body to make it happen.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. Do you think you would still rather have doctors? Let's say we have a bunch of doctors driven by money that can do the job than less doctors doing something else that could make them more money more efficiently?
I think if they're passionate about helping people, then they should still do it, because I think pharma does serve a place. This conversation has just been boop, 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 boop.
It's good.
I love it. It's
eventually, I'm waiting for water to just start falling.
We're back to water, guys. Braden so badly wants the water in here.
Water's great. I love water.
We're going to a lake this weekend called Devil's Lake in Wisconsin, and apparently, I'm not going to say that because I don't know the history behind it, but I think it was along like a 12,000-mile glacier or something like that. So I'm pretty sure it's a glacier lake. I have not done the research on it. Monica looked it up and found it, and she's like, we should go camp here. So we're camping there on the way to family vacation with her family. Yeah, and beautiful views. And apparently some of the trails are pretty intense. I don't think the kids will be able to do some of the trails.
Steep, rocky, kind of, or
I think it's steep, rocky. You have to climb stuff. You have to, So that'll be fun. Yeah.
So you're going. How many days are you camping before you get to?
No, just one. We're just going
one day of camping.
Yeah. This is like an impromptu. We found the campsite and no sites were available, and out of nowhere one popped up. She's like,
just
Friday night, let's do it. So
damn, that'd be cool.
It would be cool.
You whole family?
Yeah. Well, me, Monica, and the kids. Her whole family's going to the place we're meeting them, and we're gonna meet them up there the next day.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah, what is it? What is it about nature? What is it about the water? What makes it so?
Well, that's where we belong. That's where we came from.
There's just a deeper connection.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the.
Where do you feel anybody? Where do you feel it most? Where do you feel it? What am I trying to say?
Where do you feel most at peace?
Thank you.
I think everybody's a little different, but nature is, I think, one that affects everybody in a positive way.
Yeah.
Everyone. Be outside more. You're moving.
Mm-hmm.
I saw
because movement is medicine, right? And in nature, you have to move. You can't just.
As soon as you stop, it's like anything else. Muscles go away, joints get stiffer. Mm-hmm. You take that fall.
Well, if you're in nature, what do you got to do? You got to survive. You gotta hunt. You gotta fish. You gotta do the things. Like when you're camping, you're hiking, you're exploring, and then you come back and you're like, oh, well, okay, unless you're a bum when you camp and go get food, but. We're like, okay, cool. We're back at the campsite at 4 or 5 o'clock. We're prepping dinner now. So we're getting meat ready. We're getting food out. We're getting, we're doing the things, getting the fire going, building the fire. You're
natural things that we used to do. Do you? I think that would be a cool class to have kids do. I mean, they do shop. Why not take them? I don't know how you set that up, or get teachers to do that.
Well,
take kids out for a semester.
That's why you homeschool.
Prep for half the semester. Hey, here's what we're going to be doing. Work on your practical. I mean, what are the top 5 practical schools? You go hiking way more and camping way more than I do. Top 5 things that you would need to have bare minimum to survive out there. What 5?
I mean, most places aren't even that hard to survive in, right? You're going to go to most people aren't backpacking or doing backwoods camping, and especially with kids, like we're driving into a campsite. We have gear with us. We have, but building a fire.
Okay.
Knowing what water not to drink.
Right? How do you
keep you always have, like, anytime everybody should keep a water filter in their vehicle, just in case.
At all times?
At all times. No matter where you're at. You should always have a water filtration device.
Okay.
And Jesse would be the one to speak to this a lot more. Episode 1, guys, check them out.
Dude, Sear Specialist, Pipeline, cool? Dude.
Yeah. You learn all this. But, that, I think, again, like, there's stores around. Even a campsite, you're not going to be further than maybe 30 minutes to an hour, unless you're in the mountains. Maybe a different story. But knowing how to cook, it's pretty simple.
You those three: build a fire.
I think, yeah.
Water filtration.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could go both sides. Knowing what water to drink.
Yeah.
Knowing what foods to stay away from or to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, if you're trying to survive, you probably put down some raw meat if you had to. Maybe. You
get sick because we're not. We used to, as humans, we used to have the gut microbiome to be able to digest raw meat.
Really? When
I don't.
Do you know when?
I don't know that.
Let me type that up.
Type it up.
Let's
Ask Siri.
Let's get some info here.
Yeah, that I don't know. I shouldn't speak to things without having facts on hand, but I do know a few things that I just need to look up the facts for. So, guys, we've been talking for a while now already, and you guys may recognize the voice, but I don't know. Braden's the man behind the scenes. Braden Van Allen, guys.
Hello. Welcome to the Legacy Minds podcast.
Braden is the editor, the video extraordinaire, the marketing guru, the sexy radio voice.
We're getting there. We are working on it.
Oh,
wow!
Boom.
All right, maybe we're not working.
Braden's gonna have to get his own podcast one day. Gosh, he's gonna put me out of business.
No,
we're not.
See, you're gonna
like we're in business.
You're gonna have the waterfall already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna get a green screen of water.
There it is.
That's where I'm gonna have to start.
See, that's where you're pulling the mastermind out. You're the brainiac.
Maybe.
Me, I'm like, I gotta build a fucking waterfall. You're like, dude, we don't need to build
green
a
screen for like however $80. Throw some water on the green screen, man. We got water. We're in nature. Look, serenity. We found it.
Serenity
with the green screen.
Courage, wisdom. That's all you need in life.
And then we get a little robot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what.
Why are we doing robots now? Now we're getting into AI, Braden. Now we're just setting ourselves up for
robot
failure.
Just felt right in my head. I think the robot just
does your job.
Maybe.
Isn't that what AI does?
Maybe. Hey Siri, just go fix this audio. Pop out
clip said videos.
8 clips and give me the final production with the intro video and the outro, and talk to you soon.
Yeah. Hey Siri, social media post for episode 2 podcast. Go. Make it funny. Add hashtags and emojis.
Add a couple more hashtags. Change the third hashtag. Serenity. I like that. That would be cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't know. I
don't like AI, man. I think it's cool. Don't get me wrong. Like my insurance.
You're more out of it than you are.
Yeah, like
trusting and trying to understand
I'll use it, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'll use it a little bit. Like it may or may not write my insurance newsletters.
No. Those are all you, dude. I watched you the other day.
Yeah.
Hashtags.
It is a big time
emojis.
Saver.
It was good.
It is a big time.
Well, I think that's the most important part. If you can buy time back in your day to do other things.
The key is you gotta if you use it as a tool like that, you gotta read, which is good. But because you can put the information right in front of you, right?
You have to edit.
Yeah, you have to edit.
It will give you links that don't work.
Yeah.
It will give you links to things that are not what you're talking about.
It will
give you hashtags and emojis that don't
send out a
sense.
Newsletter and it's got some link to something incredibly inappropriate. That would be bad.
That would be the end of the newsletter.
Yep. And probably the end of me.
You think so?
I'm surprised.
Just like
that? We're heading to
got enough trust.
We're heading for being canceled at some point.
No.
Is that a goal? Is that a goal to set? Get canceled?
You really want to get to a level of canceled?
Do you
get more of a following now for being canceled than non-canceled?
Look at Liver King. I mean, he didn't get canceled.
Andrew Tate would be a good example. More recently.
Yeah,
his following
kind
of blew up.
Pop culture.
Pop culture.
I don't pay attention to that stuff.
I don't.
Although I am on YouTube because I do learn things on YouTube, and
YouTube's
you see
great.
Andrew Tate, and then of course once you click it once, it never goes away.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's part of the AI too. It's like eventually the things that you've been clicking on for 10, 15 years, not thinking about, it's all you're gonna
see. And
then you're like, oh god.
Yeah. Which is how it divides us more, right? Because you're only seeing what you like, believe.
Does
trust,
that divide us more or give us a better view of what we already want? In terms of what we want to purchase, things we want to buy, does it make it that much easier?
Well, that's a good question. But when you're talking political, religious, social views, whatever those may be,
if you're getting driven what you're already thinking instead of an opposing view, then it's going to polarize you through that process.
Right. Versus you have a conversation with somebody in person that believes oppositely of you, you can then come to reason, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I didn't see it that way. Versus all you're getting when you're on social media is an agenda that's pumped towards what you lean towards, and then it just pumps you down that path even further. Which it's not bad to be set in your beliefs, but the other thing about the social medias and the intranets is that the things that get traction are the offensive things.
They're loudest, most polarizing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's not the majority of the population, but people start leaning one way or another, right? Like because of that.
Yeah.
And the extremists on both ends are assholes.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're on the left, the right, you're blue, you're red, you're purple, whatever it may be. The extremists in anything are assholes.
Do you think that's because at one point or another you had to sacrifice your true beliefs to become extreme?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's not really you anymore. It's the ideological.
Yeah. I think you do, because I think real people, when they sit down with another person, they're social cues, right? So like there's social cues. There's wanting to be liked when you're sitting across from somebody, right? I mean, everybody has the innate instinct to want to be liked. Not now. Some people are good at shutting that off and going, "Nah, fuck you,"
Yeah.
But you want that person to like you. Now that doesn't mean you don't stand up for what you believe in, but you're willing to listen a little bit more than you are when you're just on a keyboard.
Yeah.
Right. People also have way bigger balls through a keyboard than they do in person.
Oh, no
Come
doubt.
talk shit to my face and see how well that goes.
Have you ever had that instance where you've ran into somebody that's through the internet that you've met in person and confronted?
No. Well, because I don't spend enough time on social media.
You're not a keyboard warrior.
No. I'm not.
I love that phrase.
People got into like Facebook in high school, right? Shit would happen sometimes on there, and I'm just like,
what they call it? Subtweet. Oh, you just got subtweeted. Oh no. All hell's breaking loose. The infamous subtweet.
I've never been on Twitter. We're not getting on Twitter. I think Twitter is for the 40-plus-year-olds.
Really? It's the only one I got.
Really? You got a Twitter?
I like Twitter, man.
Damn, dude, you're.
I actually like Twitter. I follow 12 to 15 people that talk about technology, artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
The one sports team that I follow.
I mean, I'm not saying Twitter's bad. I'm just saying that Twitter, I think, is like the social media before real social media happened. Really? Like Rogan's on Twitter. All the big shots are on Twitter. I mean, why?
Why not? I think it's a good place for...
You can get information on there for sure.
You can get a lot of good information. I think you can communicate and reach out to people that you never had the opportunity to do so before.
Yeah.
I think it's clear. I think it's been around.
Yeah.
I think there's... I mean, you obviously have
and it's not based on your best life. That's kind of the thing about Twitter too, is it's not like photos of your best life.
Right. It's your thoughts, your ideas. You want to put them out there and see how they're received? Do it. Ooh. Step up to the plate, dude. Get on Twitter.
Should we get a Twitter? Maybe we should get a Legacy Minds podcast Twitter.
You have some hard-hitting conversations on Twitter if you want to. There's spaces where you can go and talk to like-minded individuals.
I probably wouldn't talk back to people. I'd probably just like
put it out there.
Put it out there and let people.
Bye.
Yeah. I don't want to read comments.
No, I think comments.
If you read comments and you find that there's one that we should, poke back at, sure. But
you just embrace comments with love, man.
You embrace comments.
That gets people upset.
Oh, for sure.
You get more comments through.
That's killing with kindness, right? Like if somebody comes at you and you're like, hey man, why don't we go have a beer? Why don't we talk this out?
Do you think they go the other way, though?
Most of the time.
Man, I'm not having a beer with you. Fuck you? No. But okay, well, I'll be down the street.
Yeah.
If you want to come get the
Hey,
beer,
let's
man,
hash this out.
Come on, man.
Why don't we talk this out?
Let's talk, man.
Throw a little southern accent in there. You'd be.
Hey, man, let's go talk.
Let's go.
Just go really soft. Oh. Hey, would you like to go talk to me? Now you really got problems.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be upset.
Yeah.
Now you're playing with somebody's feelings, and they're already
I don't know what
you're
to
kicking
do.
them while they're
They're
down.
expecting a
Their
fight.
emotions have fully taken
Mhm.
over. They're diving for the baby, and you're up top still assessing. Okay, wait, no, that is a baby. Well, I guess in that situation, who's worse? You wouldn't want to assess that situation.
We're back to this one.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, that goes.
That's how the brain works. This is how the brain works.
It's great. This is why we're on a podcast, and
Exploring the minds.
Yeah. Ooh.
Exploring the legacy mind.
Oh man, you just came up with like the.
Exploring legacy minds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right, we'll work on it. Exploring minds.
It's going well.
That's why. That's why I like podcasts.
No, it's cool. You get to go down those rabbit holes, the digressions, the conversations.
Who you been listening to lately, podcast wise?
Really, I haven't been listening to as much.
Got oversaturated?
I think, yeah. Well, yes. One, it's very oversaturated, and I hope that we put out good enough content that people don't feel like we're one of those oversaturation. And I hope that over time we get better so that we can really draw out good information.
Oh man, I was even. You look at the first episode. The first episode was good, but even to now,
yeah,
it's like, man, it's more fluid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people. So this will be the 20th episode. Wait,
is this number 20?
This is Kyle's number 20.
Kyle.
We're either on 19 or 20.
Oh man, that would have been perfect for you to be on number 20.
Let's call it 19 episodes.
Okay,
Through 19 episodes,
yeah.
I feel like there's been some incredible conversations.
I feel like we've had good ones.
Incredible.
Yeah. Now they may digress a little bit.
Good storytellers.
Once we get the whiskey flowing, then they'll really digress.
You should find it. Make this a little hot box.
Oh, whiskey in a hot box.
Wow. I think if you started drinking whiskey in here, you'd sweat.
Oh, dude. Either that or you just don't care anymore. Probably would sweat, though. Whiskey can make me hot.
You get a little hot when you drink.
I had a really good one the other day. I don't drink a ton. And I've gotten better about, for a long time, I never would drink. But then I would have one night on the weekends where me and the boys would get together.
Okay.
And we'd throw back 10 beers. Don't do that. Although it is a nice carb load.
You and a couple guys would have 10 beers between you? Or you would throw back 10 beers?
Back 10 myself.
He would throw back 10 beers?
Yeah, maybe they wouldn't always get to 10. They would drink other stuff. I wasn't a hard liquor guy. But then I grew up and I realized that, Bud Light tastes like piss. And also loves Dylan Mulvaney. So sorry about that. We're not doing that anymore.
Go on, Bud Light.
I haven't drank Bud Light, though, to be fair, in 5-6 years.
I don't remember
the last time I drank Bud Light, shout out Park Tude, he knows who he is, was at Park Tude's house. Park Tude was a friend of mine.
Park Tude?
We called him Park Tude. There's a story behind it. You know what? I should have him tell that story on here sometime.
Park Tude.
Yeah.
I thought you were short for Park Tutor. I'm like,
well,
what?
that's the nickname came from that.
Okay.
We'll save that story for another time.
I'm not gonna take a
we'll
story from another person like that.
We don't want to do that. But his house was the party house, and so New Year's Eve, we do some of the holidays over there, and they always had a keg.
Was it always Bud Light?
There's Bud Light, Miller Light, all the lights.
Do you have a preference there?
I don't like any cheap beer.
So
I'll put it this way: if I'm gonna have a cheap beer, it's or a domestic, everyday drinker, a Yingling. Oh, I like me a Yingling.
Okay.
They're not amazing, but they're good. They're refreshing.
Touch ahead of the others in terms.
The thing
of
is, I try to stay away from gluten as much as possible now, and I feel a ton better. I'm not gluten intolerant, but everybody is slightly allergic to gluten.
It's heavy. It weighs.
It does. And an average beer, has the equivalent of 7 pieces of bread worth of gluten in it, which is when I realized that, I cut that out, and dude, skin cleared up.
No wonder.
Energy levels got better. My body just felt better. I didn't feel as bloated all the time.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I've drank good whiskey for probably 8 years now.
Good whiskey. What is a good whiskey?
So
what was the evolution there?
Well,
Or did
went
you
from
start at good whiskey?
I'm trying to remember.
Blessed
When
with
I
good
really
whiskey.
started drinking whiskey, I never really drank Jack Daniels. You
Okay.
know, like I went to I think Jesse actually introduced me to it. It was like Bullet. Like Bullet Rye whiskey is one of my favorites. Made in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Templeton Rye is made in Lawrenceburg, Indiana too.
Okay.
I would say that was my favorite for a while. Pretty good one. That was my bottom shelf. That's as low as I'd go. Anything up to Angel's Envy, Whistle Pig, you know, the nicer ones. Now I would say like one of my go-tos is Templeton Rye. And I've realized that I cannot make mule. I love a Kentucky Mule, and I love a Mexican Mule.
What's a Kentucky Mule?
So it's ginger beer, whiskey, some orange bitters.
So it's kind of
You can
like
make it a few different
it's kind of
ways.
like your Moscow, but instead of it's just with
instead
whiskey.
of vodka, you're using whiskey. And but those go down so easily.
Mules are good.
And I make doubles. So like one is 2 shots, and I would go through 2 to 4 in a night. Like if I was drinking them.
Kind of refreshing.
Oh, dude, they go down so easy. They taste so good, especially
I
when
know.
it's hot like
Yeah,
this.
oh.
I'd be sipping on one of those right. But anyways, I realized that like I need to stop mixing because it's just too easy to drink, right? And I like sipping on good whiskey, good tequila. But like if I sip on a whiskey, I'm gonna put 1 shot, maybe put it on ice, put it on the rocks, and then I'll sip on it and I'll stop. Like I'll have 2 or 3 and I'm done.
Got it.
But that's like 1 shot instead of 2 or 3 like doubles, you know. And I also cut drinking out a ton because this little Garmin doodad. Garmin, if you want to sponsor us, just send me a new watch. Would love it. Love a Phoenix 8 or whatever
Give
it is.
me it. Oh, they're nice.
I got the Phoenix 6, just Solar Pro. I don't know if it's worth paying for the Solar because it really doesn't do much. But it tracks sleep, it tracks strain,
I feel like it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I do. It's made for more endurance athletes than it is CrossFit athletes, but you can decipher it for more high intensity training like we do.
Okay.
But this thing will tell me my sleep score, and I'll tell you what, since I've cut drinking out more, and I'll drink like Friday and Saturday nights. But if I do drink, I'll slam a packet of Jocko Hydrate afterwards, and it's a good
Hydrator.
Yeah,
Some
good
electrolytes.
hydrator. Thank you, electrolytes.
Get you a hydrator.
Yeah.
Get you a hydrator over there.
Get you a hydrator. I'll slam one of those, and then I'll slam, a GABA, like GABA, which is an amino acid, and some magnesium, and pass right out. Now, but I don't drink too much. I'll have like a little bit, but and then just drink a lot of water. Right. Every time you have a drink water, and that helps. But anyways, back to the whiskey. Yeah, it was a Templeton Rye is my new bottom shelf. Love Templeton Rye. And then there's what's the other one? So on my birthday, I had, I saw Templeton Rye finished in a sherry cask. I was looking for Rendezvous, which is High West, but I couldn't find it. So I found this, and then of course I go up to the counter. I'm like, what? You looking for something? I'm like, well, I'm just looking for High West, but I found this. Oh, I can show you where High West is. It was my birthday. I treated myself to 2 bottles.
There you go.
Yeah, it was good.
Might as well.
And then we just did a little tasting. We had a few people over, just a little tasting. And the sherry cask finished Templeton Rye was amazing. The High West Rendezvous, it's like a blend of rye whiskeys. I like rye whiskeys because they're a little bit sweeter. Usually they have like a sweetness to them. Really good.
So what makes a good whiskey then? I just don't drink enough to know.
That's
Could you
good.
describe what the difference is?
I'm not a connoisseur. I just like what I like.
You like what you like. You
Yeah.
just like the flavor.
I like the flavor.
You like a little bit of sweetness then?
a little bit of
a little bit
sweetness,
more sweet than
a little zing. Like it's kind of like my cigars. I don't like a peppery cigar. Like bourbon usually to me it has more of a bite. It's a little more peppery.
Okay.
The rye whiskeys they're sweeter. Typically a sweeter whiskey.
With good, packed full of flavor
Yeah,
kind of thing.
who I need to have on here soon is Nolan.
Nolan.
I've been sending him my calendar. This will probably, if he listens to this episode, now he'll.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
Now you got to put it
I'm
out there.
in.
Now I'm in.
Hello, Nolan.
Yeah.
We want you.
He owns 1205 Distillery. And they have a good rye whiskey too. It's
Where's that one?
different though. It has so they're up here in Westfield. They also have a spot downtown. That's where they started. and they're building a spot in Whitestown right now.
Oh, good place to be.
Yeah. That apparently is I can't remember if he said it's a freestanding building. It's going to be cool, though, from what he's explained it to me as. So, but they have a really good rye whiskey. It's different. It does not have the same flavor as other rye whiskeys. It has there's a difference to it that makes it really good.
Okay.
But again, I'm not a connoisseur.
You just like what you like.
I just like what I like.
It's kind of like, what would I compare that to? I don't know. It's kind of like the mule thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just know you like whiskey.
Yeah. And I've tried everything. I'm like, should I?
So you're like whiskey, or if you're feeling a little dangerous, tequila.
Oh yeah,
that's
tequila's the let's have fun. The whiskey is like, hey, let's chill with the boys around a bonfire.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Tequila's like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. A little tequila.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll make our own whiskey. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool.
What would you call it?
I don't know. We got to quit naming things legacy.
But dude, legacy.
It's so perfect.
Legacy whiskey.
It's what it. Oh. Damn.
Le whiskey.
I like it. Le whiskey. My last name is French, so that would kind of.
Come get some of their le whiskey.
Le whiskey.
Le whiskey.
There we
I
go.
like that. I mean, there's so many names for everything, though.
It's true. Yeah.
That would be fun one to game out like.
Mm-hmm. I think we'd come up with something cool. It would have to be. It would only be a rye. Only a rye whiskey.
Only a rye whiskey.
Maybe one day then. Man, I like it. We're talking future projects. Don't give me more ideas. I've got.
Whiskey's easy.
That
won't take a lot of your time to do the product, the marketing,
all the shit that goes along with it. That takes millions of dollars to set up.
You got time. See, this is why you need a robot. If you had a robot programmed
to AI, guys.
to tell you, what
would it tell me?
God, imagine. Well, it's like a personal assistant, man.
But then, is it
program it to be good at marketing?
Okay,
program
but
it
then
to,
at that point, does it become just off the shelf?
What do you mean?
Like, it's no longer got my personality if a robot tells me everything I need to do. It's like when you. What's a good way to put it? My brother gave me a good analogy for this. We're gonna have Doug on soon. Doug will be a great one. He drops some wisdom.
Yeah, he drops some knowledge.
Oh, dude, he's wise beyond his years.
Yes. Would he wear a robe with a staff? Is he Gandalf? Is he Gandalf the White?
No, not quite that.
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe one day.
He's Gandalf the Gray. He got to start somewhere.
Less beard though. Yeah, but he put it good to me. He's like, I said something about like putting something online, like using something. Oh, I remember what it was now. We were talking about getting a will done, and there's a company called, I think, Epic Will or something that's online. And he goes, yeah, I'm sure you'd love it if your clients went online to get a cheaper insurance policy too. I go, fair enough. And you can do that. But
Yep.
You're not going to have the personal touch.
Nope.
You know how many clients I've had call recently that are like, I signed up with so-and-so carrier a while ago, and it had, obviously I never hear, but my premiums just keep going up. Cool. No, it's because you don't have anybody specific to work with. I have a truck driver who wants us to take care of his policy for him because he signed up through a company that we unfortunately don't have, so I can't work with him. But he does not have time to service his own policy. He can't do it, and they're sending him so much shit all the time that he needs, because he's a truck driver. There's a lot of stuff to stay up on.
Yeah.
We take care of stuff like that, and it's the same thing. With AI, like, AI can make more time for client interaction. I think.
Oh,
which is
see,
cool.
that would be
that's
all of
where
the admin, back end, paperwork.
But even then, like, I don't want to shortchange my admins, because the admins that are on our team
still probably have to talk to clients.
They do.
If they don't know what's going on because you got a robot doing it. Disconnect.
Now, if it could do the busy work for them, so that they could, like, servicing a policy, like changing out a VIN number or something, it could do the little monotonous stuff like that.
That would make the difference.
Yeah.
But also still be able to allow them the personal connection for your clients.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's huge. I think we cheapen that too much, and it's worth paying a little bit more for, because it's really not that much more in the long run.
For what?
For insurance, for financial advising, for really anything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's cheap, and then there's cheap, and there's overpriced, and then there's quality, right? Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest determining factor between somebody making a decision on something like that? Like, what is overpriced to quality?
You know,
is there
people are one or the other typically. They either want the cheapest rate, right, or they want the cheapest price. Let's talk just general business. They want the cheapest price, or they want to be taken care of, and they want to feel.
And they would pay a little bit extra
special.
to be put
Sure.
on that pedestal or taken care of in a different way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the same. Can it do it? Sure. Can it do it with? Can it tailor it to your needs? Whatever the product is. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
It's like personal training, right?
Can't be in somebody's face all the time.
Yeah. Braden's also a personal trainer, guys.
I tell people what to do. They do things, and things happen for them.
Yeah. But you also show them, right?
You show them if they have questions, you break it down. If they are still confused, you break it down a little bit more.
And how many people do you work with that are not physically aware of how their body moves? Like, you could tell them, do this.
A lot of them.
And it makes sense. Like, you're like, okay.
They see it. Mm-hmm. They can acknowledge what they're going to try to do.
Right.
When you try to do it, it's a whole... There's connections between brain and movement that are not there.
Right.
That you either have... it's like ex-athletes, people that were college sports, swimmers, weightlifters.
Yeah. They typically
remember.
Move well. Right. They have that muscle memory.
They have that muscle memory. But people starting out, you got to take it slow.
And it's amazing how many people start physical activity in their 30s and 40s. And when you have delayed that, you're right, that cognition, that mind-muscle connection is not there.
It has to, and that's where people get, I think, way too frustrated with themselves. It's like learning anything else that's new. I mean, you go try to write a book, you got to start with a page. Yeah. You're probably going to get frustrated because you're going to, you know what you want to say, but you can't say it.
Yeah. And you could pay a lot.
You can pay a lot.
But generally, like it's like
probably
a monthly membership. You get a program. You get videos that show you what to do.
Yeah.
But there's
you might get a touch of some general nutrition advice.
Sure.
Or a little basic nutrition plan. Things that kind of just move the needle a little bit.
Sure.
But you got to then pay,
right.
Pay $200 for the full thing or pay $300 for the full personalized. That's usually kind of what it looks like.
But you don't have that personal connection, first of all, which people need because we're social creatures. We need people around us.
And I think for a while there through COVID, people thought that they could do it by themselves. They thought that Peloton, they thought that these things were the answer, but they missed
to depression
community.
And anxiety?
You need community. Now, the Peloton's nice to have.
Sure.
Get your workout in at home. If you want to spin the legs, watch a show. If you whatever you want to do, at least you're moving now while you're watching your show. Yeah. At least you're trying to
and some
change
people are
your
busy,
habits.
so that's the only time they can get it in.
It's totally fine. It works.
And that's, yes.
But to be locked in the house and have your everything there,
workout, food.
I mean, it goes both ways. I mean, both my parents work out at home.
And they're getting their groceries delivered.
Okay,
let's talk about that for a second, okay? I fucking despise grocery delivery.
Really?
Yes. Here's the reason why.
All right.
Okay.
I'm excited for this.
What did we do in the 1800s? Even the early 1900s. We had to farm, hunt, and grow our food.
Yeah.
Right? We had to pick it. We had to do this.
You had to take care of soil as well.
You had to take care of the soil. You had to till your land, right? That shifted to industrialization, right?
Yep.
Factories and offices and you know what? That's not a bad shift.
Efficiency boomed in a good way.
In a great way. We were able to build more of a infrastructure. We were able to build companies then that capitalism took over.
Yep.
Companies were able to make monies, which were able to provide jobs, which was yada 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 yada.
Yep.
We were able to do that. And then, now I'm really digressing. Then we go into big corporation food, right?
Yep.
And
like Lay's, chips.
Lay's or Campbell's or
what's the one like Nestle? Is it Nestle? The
what
big one?
What are some of the other big ones that are old that have been around a long time? Procter and Gamble.
Yeah.
These companies, they start trying to how can we make this more efficient? Let's pull
cheap.
So they
cheaper.
Don't care about your health and
right.
wellness. They care about making the product cheap so it fills you. Have you noticed how we have so many more physical issues now than we ever have? And it's because of not having we have too much food that's not nutrient dense. Diabetes.
Well, it's a combination of it all.
It's a combination of it all.
What you're putting in your body, how you're not moving anymore. You know, we're slumping. We're continuing. I mean, that's the thing. You see it all the time. Probably new people come in all the time. What is it? It's that look. It's the hunched shoulders,
sitting at a desk,
necks bent, like they just been typing all.
And you know what? I couldn't be fucking prouder of those people because they come in
and they want to make a change.
Good.
That's the hardest thing, man.
Get in here, stick with it. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
You know, and it's awesome. I
love
love
guidance.
That. And for those a lot of times it's incredibly intimidating to walk into a gym like this.
And that's what I was gonna say. I mean, it's a shame.
But a gym like ours is gonna be what gets you results.
Shame, yeah.
You go to LA Fitness and work out by yourself, you're gonna quit in 2 months.
Well, and you're gonna hate looking around.
Oh my gosh.
At the, I don't know what to call it.
Narcissists staring at themselves in the mirror.
Flexing on everybody. And how they got there is probably through not by just lifting weight and eating well.
Most of the time, not.
Most of the time, probably not.
Yeah. There's some chemicals involved. But, you know, even so, I'm not going to take that out because if people are putting the work in, they're grinding, and they're doing it right, good nutrition, sleeping well.
It can be done at an LA Fitness. Yeah. It absolutely can be.
Sure, for sure. And if that's the only option you got, go for it, you know?
And
but if you want real results, get with a community.
Get with some people who can hold you accountable.
A running club.
Yeah.
You know, go do that. You know, like get outside, right?
Find your people.
Find
it's the environment.
Yeah. And what draws people that come to our gym want to grind. They want pain.
You think so?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You don't have any. Have you ever had anyone that's come in, had an expectation, tried it out, and was way too sore and said, look, maybe this isn't for me? Like, what do you tell that person?
What do I tell that person? You're going to be sore for 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
Keep coming. Don't stop. Because as soon as you stop moving, you lock up. This is the beginning. Yeah. You're sore for a little while.
Once you start, you have to keep moving. It's kind of like I was talking.
Movement is medicine, baby.
I was talking to somebody about the Tour de France that just finished. On their off days, so he was saying 23 days, 21 stages, and they're biking hours a day on these steep climbs. On their off days, he was telling me, these guys have to bike 80 to 100 miles on their off day. Because if they stop, they will lock up. They cannot do it.
You got to keep moving.
Their bodies will just, okay, we're done. I'm going to shrivel up because I've been biking 4 hours a day, maximum capacity for 12, 11 days straight, whatever the breakdown would be. And now I got to get back on it and go again to try to win a race.
You know what's crazy about that? Like when we were in Colorado last week, we were sleeping maybe an average 5 hours a night. Okay, so like hardly any sleep. We weren't drinking a ton, but we'd have like 2 drinks a night. Yeah. You know, we're on vacation. We're in the mountains. You got to have some whiskey when you're in the mountains.
I like it.
Actually, I don't think we had any whiskey on that trip now that I think about it.
No whiskey on the mountain.
No whiskey on the mountain. Disappointing.
So what?
I did finish after Pikes Peak. I had margaritas. It's adult Gatorade.
Frozen?
Guys.
Normal?
Just normal. Yeah. That frozen takes too long to drink. Dude, I want the shit I can throw back.
Give me a frozen margarita.
Do you like frozen margarita?
Oh,
that doesn't surprise me.
A frozen, dude. My favorite thing, man. You give me a pina colada. Ooh, on a beach with the ocean. Chilling.
Anyway, so back to the food. This is how conversations with me and Braden go, guys. Back to the food. Where did we leave off there?
Back to the
USDA, corporations, cheapening the food. We were
Lays.
going... Oh, I remember where we were going with this. We were talking about farming. And then why grocery delivery pisses me off.
Why you hate groceries.
I hate
That's where we went?
Dude.
I like that, dude. That was fucking
Talk about a waterfall. That waterfall just hit every...
See, dude, I'm telling you. Back to everything.
It all circles back
around. Water's the key.
Yeah.
I will do enough research about water the next time that we just sit down and have a chat that I will give people all the information they need
about H2O.
About water.
H2O.
H2O?
Yeah. I like it. That's what we'll headline this podcast is H2O.
Oh. I
with
like
Braden Van Allen.
H2O. It's perfect. It's all about the water.
Yeah. So anyways, grocery delivery.
Why you hate grocery delivery.
All right, so we take the farming, we take the hunting, we take the out of it. Okay, cool. I can deal with that because we no longer we're not all living in on land we can hunt, right? We can't just kill all the little squirrels, right?
You can't walk out your front door here and go shoot some things.
No, I can't.
You just can't do it.
Plus, we're busier, right? because we're in society. We're
And you're trying
working,
to build your own things. You're doing your thing.
We're building infrastructure. We're building businesses. We're doing things, right? So we don't have time to necessarily go hunt an animal every meal, gut it, clean it, do all the things, and pick the berries to go along with it so we can get a little carbohydrate in there, find the nuts and the seeds.
Get your nuts.
To eat, right? Get your nuts.
Get your nuts.
Okay, so we can't do that anymore. We can do it, but it's not sustainable anymore, right? To live on.
Okay.
So then we come up with grocery stores or markets where you go and you interact with people,
which is good.
You may negotiate. You may say, "Hey, this bushel of apples is you got it. You got it listed at $1 an apple, but what if I just buy a bushel for $15?" Oh, okay, well, we can do that. Or let me trade you some homemade jam that I made from the garden in my backyard. We went to that.
Bartering gone.
Bartering gone. Social interaction gone. Friendships built from seeing the same person at the market every day gone.
Steve, what's going on? Same bread, looking good, Steve.
Oh, perfect. So then we go to grocery stores, and we corporatize it a little bit. We have our smaller markets. Kroger, for a corporate grocery store, you know what, Kroger, you do a good job making it feel like home. Okay, we're making it feel pretty. It's cool. In the wintertime, they got Santa sitting out there ringing his little bell. Sometimes they even have live music.
At Kroger?
Fuck yeah.
Is it good?
161st in Spring Mill has a Kroger that I'm pretty sure they had live music there.
Kroger
the one
band.
in Carmel, of course Carmel would have it, right? They had live music at live piano player. Sometimes, like during Christmas, they'll have a live piano player just getting after it.
Dude,
having a good old time.
What's better?
It's jolly.
It is
yeah, it's very jolly. So then you have like some stores like Needler's, right? Needler's a smaller market. It's close to my house.
Okay.
It's not that much further to go to Kroger.
Smaller Kroger?
Yeah. Less stuff, less options. Good beer selection, if you're into beer.
Got the good beer.
And you know what? So this little strip center has a 21st Amendment, maybe? Anyways, a little local liquor store. And they're the ones with a good whiskey selection. Good tequila selection, too. So you go there, and you just walk right down a little sidewalk. You can, hey, neighbor Joe, and so you can go to these grocery stores and interact with people, which the self-checkouts kind of take some of that away. And I get we're in a hurry.
I don't mind self-checkout.
I don't mind self-checkout, especially after a long day and you don't want to interact with people. But you know what? You need it.
I go back and forth on this.
You know what? I'm gonna challenge you for the next month. Anytime you go to the grocery store, don't use a self-checkout. I'll do the same thing because there are days where I'm just like, I don't want to talk to a soul.
Here's why.
Okay.
I understand. We go to the grocery store together, my fiance and I. So when we self-checkout, I'm still checking out with somebody.
True.
When
you're not interacting with somebody outside of your household, which we need.
I might be. There's self-checkout by me.
Okay.
What's up, Jenny?
Oh,
I didn't know they had those apples today.
Yeah, but you know what? The more we use those things, the less the clerks have jobs.
Do you think that it will propel those clerks to go get
another job,
or find a skill that could increase their income to do something else?
You know what I think is cool is I see people that couldn't get complicated jobs able to work at Kroger. Sometimes maybe that have a disability. And I think it is so cool that they
I do like that. Kroger, yeah. All right, maybe I will go through self-checkout.
And trust me, it's a pain in the ass sometimes because sometimes you got to stand in line. And you know what? Sometimes you got to stand in line and awkwardly stand next to somebody. And you know what? I also challenge you to not pull your phone out when you do that.
Oh, that's easy money.
That's hard for me.
I love not being around my phone.
I wish I was the same. I don't love my phone. I hate my phone, but I have so much going on that I constantly feel like I have to be checking it, right? So I could be checking an email, responding to a client, so I don't have to do it when I get home.
You could utilize that time for the benefit of what you're trying to build.
But
you miss out on
the moment.
And if all of us are checking our emails, doing things,
and
looking down,
you could have a pleasant interaction with somebody. I'm sure there's stories of people meeting their future wives in a grocery, or people meeting a new friend in a grocery, or hey, you see neighbor.
Not anymore.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Not anymore.
I bumped into Mike the other day at Needler's. It was good. Actually, this was probably a while ago now. But we chatted for a few minutes. I'd seen him and his wife in a while. He's the dad of one of my old friends, James Kinder. And I saw Mike. I was like, oh, he's like, how you doing? It's great to chat with him. I love chatting with Mike.
Nice,
it's great,
simple, making connections.
5-10 minute interaction. We're off on our way. And you know what? I felt so... I always feel like so fulfilled by those moments. You know, when I get to have just a cool interaction with somebody. Even if I'm tired, even if I'm...
It feels good. It feels better.
Yeah.
It's like getting home after a long day. And you're like, I got to make food.
Getting home and sitting in air conditioning after a long day in the sauna. As we're both glistening.
Oh, I am...
Yeah. I've stopped dripping,
I'm
at least.
Borderline wet on my back right now. Borderline wet. But that's why we got dry fit shirts.
Well, you do. I wish I did.
For the future.
Yeah, for the future.
But like so when I get home, long day, I might be, even walking up the stairs at the apartment. Like, man, I'm tired. I've been talking to people all day. I just want to go in here and put my stuff down, prep for the next day, eat some food, and lay down. And then as soon as you open that door up, you see your fiance. You got some flowers on the table that you guys just went and picked, so you're just immediately put in a better space.
I did see the other day that you went and picked flowers.
So
good for you.
A lady that works at the
you were on the social media post
at the gym. I took my fiance over there. It's a little shout out, dude. Anne Marie's Flower Farm.
Let's go,
in
Anne
Zionsville. She built this thing up. Her and her husband Dave.
We should have Anne Marie on,
dude. She's
you got to hook that up.
She's wonderful.
Let's introduce Anne Marie to the world.
Wonderful human being. So we went over there and we were one of the first at this place, man. Cool. And so we got the fresh pick. Beautiful. It's just out in the middle. You kind of like pull up. It's hard to kind of see the house, to be honest, but you pull up in this space and it opens up. There's trees on all sides, and then in the middle of these tall trees, it comes down into this patch of field, and it's just flowers that she's just been growing and raising. And
that's awesome.
Her reason for doing it is wanting to build community. She wants to get her neighbors together in a spot and hang out pick some flowers. So like that brought me back to that experience that I got to share with her, her husband, and my fiance. And now the day, what was I tired for?
Yeah.
My day wasn't bad.
Tired goes away.
I got this to come home to.
And you moved. You got outside. You were walking around and picking flowers.
It was great.
Colorado is like sleeping 5 hours, right? Like we would work out and then go hike.
Yeah.
We hiked Manitou Incline in 48 minutes after hitting heavy-ass deadlifts and a Metcon.
Damn.
We got espresso, and then we went to Manitou, and we hit the stairway to heaven.
Yeah.
That should have been playing Stairway to Heaven.
Was that the video of you, or the picture of you?
Oh, at the top, yeah.
Is that the top of that mountain?
Yeah. CrossFit biceps, guys.
I'm getting them.
Not very big.
Guns, dude. You brought the guns to the top of the mountain. Golly.
Oh man, yeah. And then Pikes Peak we didn't hike and work out. That was long. Ooh, you're getting a little warm in there. You can't take them off because as soon as you get the airflow again, you're like, oh.
My ear was just like, whoa, air.
So, to the groceries. You take all of that away when you deliver. When you're already probably working from home. And then you're already, at least a few days a week you're working from home. And then you have the groceries. And people are going to be like, I'm busy.
Do you think it makes it any better for you? Well, this is going to be a tough one. I probably know based on your answer there. But do you think it would be any better if you were delivered meals prepped?
I do think there's a place for meal preps, right?
Like straight to door.
Yeah,
exactly what you want.
Mm-hmm. Like
let's
trifecta.
Say it's a process where you
shout out to Herculean.
Herculean's good, great meals.
Anytime we travel,
you go with Herculean.
We go snatch up 40 of those things, put them in a cooler.
Because they're what, $8-9 a pop?
Yeah, they're great deal.
Great deal. What are your favorites?
Ooh, you know what? The smash burger.
Smash burger's good.
That is my
good.
jam.
Turkey bolognese.
What is it?
Have you had the turkey bolognese?
I don't think so.
It's good.
No.
Have you had that bison burger one?
What?
They have a one with jam in it, like peanut butter bison burger.
That sounds amazing. With jam?
Dude.
I'm gonna have to go get that. We're traveling this weekend, so I kind of have an excuse to go get some.
It's a very unique flavor.
Yeah.
Very unique.
Well, dude, you know what my favorite burger is to make? Make my burger. Chop up some onions, put them in there.
Normal? We're just talking white onions?
We're just talking some white onions. White onions. White onions for this purpose.
Okay.
Mix them up in there. Put a little salt, a little pepper, a little garlic, right?
Yeah.
Do the thing. Mix it up in the meat. I get lazy sometimes, so I don't always mix the meat. I just kind of like sprinkle it on top, right? But like if you're doing it right, that's how you do it. Mix it all in. And then you get some good creamy peanut butter. All right, if we're going gluttonous here,
Glutton has arrived.
Gluten. Whoo! There's a reason that name kind of goes together. You get a brioche bun, or some of my favorite buns are the Dave's organic buns.
Dave's got great buns.
Dave's
buns are
Those buns
great.
Phenomenal.
God, he did great.
Or if you really want to go hard in the paint, the Hawaiian buns. Those are so good.
Brioche?
You know what's funny? A lot of those have high fructose corn syrup in them.
You know what?
It's fucking bread. Why does it have high fructose corn syrup?
This is one thing where I think we'll make it happen.
It's addictive.
For the brioche, man.
The brioche is the way.
I would.
You know what? The one I forgot about, the underrated one. This is probably my favorite. The pretzel bun.
Okay, so you got Hawaiian, brioche, Dave's, pretzel. Give me the 4. Rank them. Man, this is brutal.
Pretzel.
Wow.
Yeah, I think pretzel. Gosh, if I'm not thinking healthy,
No healthiness.
brioche,
Consumption for flavor and deliciousness.
Dave's, Hawaiian. Dave's and Hawaiian are they're neck and neck. That's a tough one.
Okay.
That's a good question though. Now for this burger, I don't know if I don't think I've done a pretzel bun with this burger.
Okay.
But I love pretzel buns. I never eat them anymore, but I love them.
Okay.
Now I want one.
So you got your onions.
You got your onions, got a little salt, a little garlic.
Are you doing cheese on this?
Not on this one. You could, but I don't like.
So bun.
Mm-hmm. You toast the buns on the grill.
Absolutely.
Get a little sear on them. Mm-hmm.
You got bun burger.
Yep. Peanut butter. No, and actually,
thin layer.
Peanut butter. Oh, I don't. When it comes to peanut butter, you slap that shit on there. Just. Do you like that sound?
Creamy. That was actually.
Like that?
That might be. We're gonna have to save that. Gonna have to save that.
Clip
splat.
it out.
Yeah,
So
we'll save that noise.
Peanut butter on the bun, because that makes it
not straight on the
fit
burger
better.
to melt in the burger.
You can do that too. May as well. May
Okay.
as well throw it on there. And then no jelly. We're not doing jelly. Although my wife has put jelly on a burger before and she loves it. And you do like a sweet and smoky barbecue on top.
What? With
And-
the peanut butter?
Yeah, bro.
What?
It's like peanut butter and jelly, but better. And then you could throw some like sweet and spicy pickles on there. Like what's the one? Famous Dave's. You can get them at Costco.
I'm not sure.
They're like a pickle. They're like chip. The
like bread and butter
Yeah.
chips.
kind of, but they're not bread and butter. Bread and butter sucks.
What?
It's sweet. It's gross.
You're wild.
Pickles gotta be.
You're
pickles
wild.
Gotta be crisp.
You're wild. That's crazy.
So these are like a sweet and spicy dill.
All right.
Okay. You slap that on there.
And then so that's the burger.
That's the burger.
Okay.
It's simple. I think though, if I'm picking a bun for that,
Pretzel? No, brioche.
I'm kind of going. The Hawaiian goes with the flavor. It gets that sweetness.
You think it's not too sweet with sweet barbecue, sweet pickles, sweet bread?
No, because the meat and then the salt and garlic in the meat
Balances out?
It balances it out.
Okay.
Now you could, if you're really feeling brave and spicy, throw some jalapenos on there instead of pickles.
Really?
Have you ever had a Schumann burger? There was a restaurant around here that made something called the Schumann burger, and it was peanut butter, pepper jack cheese, jalapenos. I think they may have put bacon on it too. Oh, so good.
That's
I
like
don't remember what bun they used.
That's like the you been to the Pint Room, Carmel?
Oh yeah, pint room.
They got that PB&J burger.
Oh, and they stole that from Scotty's Brew House. You probably remember Scotty's Brew House.
I had the one at Scotty's too.
Yeah, the Schumann. They probably stole that from Scotty's, if I had to guess.
The Pint Room's burger was it's way better.
Yeah.
It's if I'm eating a burger in town,
Yeah.
I'm going to the Pint Room to
Scotty's
get that
was
burger.
Scotty's was good until they sold out. But I get it. I'm not mad about it. But they had some good burgers.
They had some good.
Yeah. I wasn't a beer guy there. I wasn't a fan of beer. But the burgers were. Yeah. Did you ever have the donut burger? Maybe the PB&J burger was on the donut. I don't know.
No, I never had that.
Yeah. We've had a lot of conversation today. What's the legacy you want to leave?
I don't know, man. I'm still figuring that out. I'm about to, get married. Eventually have some kiddos.
Mm-hmm. That's when it'll really
Positively
start to
impact the world, inspire some people to do some good, take
Mhm.
chances on themselves, create more families, love a little bit more.
Create more families.
Yeah, man. We need more families in the world.
Yeah, we do.
Create more human beings.
Yeah, but not you.
Go out there and build your own family
Braden
while I make all of my families. And then your families and my families can link up and make more families.
So, polygamy? No, we don't want
We'll
that.
make a different word for whatever we want to call that. I don't know what we'll call that yet.
Yeah, it's community.
It's just going to be...
It's community. Back to community.
A weird community.
Yeah.
Probably is how that will be viewed.
Like-minded people.
So that's my goal.
And like-minded doesn't always have to mean you have to believe the same thing.
No.
Like-minded
individuals that come together under one vision.
Takes many to make the world go round.
Yeah. So we're just going to add to that and hope that eventually, like I said, hopefully the kiddos can leave a positive impact, inspire some people. I think inspiration's a big part of it. That's what I want to do. There it is right there.
Inspiration.
Create a family and inspire them while inspiring other people to do what they want to do in life.
You're doing that already.
Trying.
You are.
I think we're almost to a point where it's getting there. I know that's...
You'd be surprised. At your age, there's people you've been around that you've had impact on, you know?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of it.
Maybe.
Get people to be more honest and open about what's going on.
Okay, there you go.
I won't never know that. I don't need it.
You don't need to know. Yeah.
I don't need to know, but if I told you... I mean, imagine if you started your day with knowing, hey, man, positively impacted my life yesterday. I really appreciate that. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's better than maybe not having that. It's kind of like the flowers. You need to find flowers in your life.
It's appreciating the little moments.
Yeah,
right?
everything.
Slow down, be in the moment.
Yeah.
It's good.
So that's, at least for now, it changes all the time, but through that little thought process, that sounds good.
Yeah, I like it, man.
I could live with that.
That's good. It's good. Cool. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next episode of
Legacy Minds.
Oh, you can do it sexier than that. Let's go.
Should I go deeper?
I don't know about deeper.
Legacy Minds Podcast.
Oh, we need
more
sexier.
robotic.
Sexier.
Legacy Minds Podcast.
Boom. There it is.